Welcome back. Today, got a crack in the ceiling. You can see it there, running the full width of the ceiling. Quite a long one, no breaks in that one. This ceiling was only finished in November. So, with the least amount of intervention, I want to be able to sort this out. These are some of the tools that I would use. And drill bits, old screwdrivers and brad Because I've got so many to do, that I'm going to use my drill. That's like 4 or 5 mil bit on there. That's a masonry bit. And what I've got here is the caps off the ends of sealant. Okay, and just snipped a bit off. Yeah, so now I'm just going to pop that on there, and I've measured the thickness of the board, which is just under 15 mil. So I've just set that there at 15 mil. See the thickness of the board there. So when I drill in, I'm not going anywhere past just the thickness of the paper. Okay. I've only put this on the screw setting, number 2. Directly onto the crack. That's it. You won't be going any deeper than that. So that's the first one sorted out. First stage, all drilled out. And I did find a couple more while going round. One there, another one there, and a small one here. This long one that fades off just there. At this end where it fades, quite solid sounding. Further you come away from that other end, it starts to sound different. Well, you can hear that. So, next step. PVA and water mix will help deaden the dust and help the foam stick, because again we're going to be using foam. So it is literally, when I do this, straight into the ceiling, and if I just give it a slight squeeze, I just want a small amount to come out, and that's it. That's enough, just enough to wet the hole. So last one to do. That's it. Damp cloth. Then with the dry cloth, just help it dry off a bit. Masking tape. Pop it onto the hole. And I'm just using a screwdriver. Okay. A piece of newspaper just to clean the nozzle on. You can use wipes or white spirit and a cloth for doing any cleaning. Yeah. So it's just a small squeeze there, release the trigger and just let the foam come out of the tube and expand a little bit. Okay. Slight squeeze. Not much. When this is cured, when it's dry, and just pull the tape off with it. Shouldn't be too bad. It may pull a bit of paint off, but we have to fill it anyway. That one pulled a bit of paint off. I'm just using my screwdriver just to make about a 4 or 5 mil hole there, just for a bit of filler. Don't push all the way in. Now we can give these a light rub down. 240 grit. Diluted PVA. That's all the foam removed. I'm back at this end where the crack was running out into the wall, where all the noise was. And I've put 3 extra in here because after I'd finished foaming, that vibration was still there. So if you listen to what it was like before, and now listen to what it sounds like. A lot better. That's the cracks fixed and pinned. Now I just need to do the filling. So I've started to mix up my filler. That's quite a heavy, thick mix. Okay. So into this, I'm going to add the sealing paint. Just get some on. A little bit more. And mix it up. This is the consistency we're looking for. So I just want to be able to maintain those peaks. A bit like a good meringue. Okay. Small amount on the filling knife. I can just start to fill these up. Different direction. Okay. Hairline cracks, there's nothing to them. I'm just going to carefully just come along with my blade, not really putting too much weight in it. If there's a bit of a sort of a hole there behind the crack, it will show itself, but they are really quite tight. So now what I need to do is sand it give it a good dust. Okay, and then now with the filler, what I can do is come back along the holes with a second fill and run along that crack. But with that crack, what I am going to do with my damp cloth is at an angle. It'll save a bit of sanding because I'm going to come back along that and check that again anyway. Some of these finer cracks, you can put some filler mixed with the paint onto a damp cloth and just work it into the joint, into the crack. Like I say, these will be pinned with the foam, so it's just a matter of taking away that dark line. Now, with this being a good durable washable paint, it'll resist all what I'm doing here. Okay. Once that is dry and sanded back, it's ready just for wiping over with a damp cloth. I've already done that. Now I need to prep my paint ready for going on the ceiling. Well, this is what was on the ceiling, and it's been used. So I've stirred it up using some masking tape and some stockings. Filter the paint. Important we do this, especially with something that's been used. Because I've only got a small amount of the original ceiling paint, and we are only touching up, fingers crossed, then I've got my filling board. The reverse side of my filling board I use to rub my brushes out and things like that. So I can take a dip in here, just work it on the side a bit, and then straight onto the board, and I can just work my roller. Use this as a palette for when I'm working on the ceiling, so I don't load too much paint onto the ceiling and leave nasty thicker edges and having to work more of an area. I've already touched up that one there, the one that was running that way. See, it's still wet. Done this one here, just this one to do. Rolling straight down where the crack was. Working out to the edges, feathering it off, then coming back over where the crack is, the other way, feathering it out. Working away from the light so I can look back along and see where I need to touch. To help that dry off quicker, just in case I need to put another coat over that, I've got my blower on it. That's the small one dry, no problem there. You can see the bit of paint where my roller touched. That's gone. And the big one that ran across the ceiling there, no problem. It's gone. That's what we wanted. So no need to do the whole ceiling, which is a good thing. So there was no need to buy any more paint. Using a small amount of the paint, if there are any more cracks appear in the future, which possibly there will be, then we have some paint there. And then if it does need coating up fully, then no problem, just get more paint. And just when you think you're finished, they must grow overnight, these cracks.